Are we alone in the universe? For as long as we've looked up at the stars, that question has echoed in our minds. For decades, scientists have scanned the cosmos, listening for any whisper, any sign that humanity isn't the only thinking species out there. But in all that searching, we've found nothing. A great, silent, empty void. Except for once. In 1977, a single, powerful burst of radio waves, lasting just 72 seconds, cut through the cosmic silence. It was loud, it was precise, and it came from a place where nothing should have been. To this day, it remains the most tantalizing and baffling mystery in the history of astronomy. This is the story of the WOW signal, the day we might have accidentally overheard a message from the stars. Our story begins on August 15th, 1977, at a place that looks like something out of a science fiction movie. The Big Ear Radio Telescope at Ohio State University. Unlike the giant satellite dishes you might imagine, the Big Ear was a massive, sprawling grid of metal, covering an area the size of 3 football fields. Its job was simple: to stare at the sky and listen. Day after day, it scanned the heavens, its sensitive receivers picking up faint radio waves from distant stars and galaxies. The data it collected was printed out on long sheets of computer paper, filled with endless columns of numbers and letters. It was a slow, painstaking process, and most of what he recorded was just a random background noise of the universe. Enter our main character, Dr. Jerry Emin, an astronomer and a volunteer for the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SET. His job was to review these printouts, searching for anything unusual, any signal that stood out from the cosmic static. In the code of the Big Ear telescope, numbers 1 through 9 represented signal strength, getting stronger as the number got higher. Letters from A to Z represented even stronger signals. So, this sequence showed a signal that started weak, grew incredibly intense, and then faded away. Exactly as you would expect if the telescope was sweeping past a fixed point in space. The peak of this signal, represented by the letter U, was over 30 times stronger than the background noise of deep space. It was a skyscraper of a signal in a flat, empty desert. In a moment of pure, unadulterated shock and excitement, Dr. Emin grabbed a red pen, circled the anomaly, and in the margin, he wrote a single now famous word: WOW. What made this signal so mind-blowing? It wasn't just its strength, it was its frequency. The WOW signal was detected at 1420 megahertz. To a layperson, that number means nothing. But to an astronomer looking for aliens, it's the most significant number in the universe. It's known as the hydrogen line. Hydrogen is the most common element in the cosmos, and it naturally emits a faint radio signal at this exact frequency. Back in 1959, 2 physicists, Philip Morrison and Giuseppe, theorized that if an advanced civilization wanted to send a message across the stars, they would choose a frequency that was universal and easily recognizable. The hydrogen line was the perfect cosmic calling card, a universal channel 1 that any intelligent species would likely discover. The WOW signal hid this channel perfectly. It was like picking up a random radio station and hearing someone speaking a language you were specifically told to listen for. The mystery deepened. The signal was also incredibly narrow. Most natural sources, like pulsars or quasars, broadcasts across a wide range of frequencies, like cosmic static. This suggested it wasn't a natural phenomenon. It was artificial. It looked exactly like a man-made radio transmission, but it wasn't coming from Earth. The Big Ear telescope was pointed towards the constellation Sagittarius, far from any known satellites, planes, or ground-based transmitters that could have caused it. The signal came from deep space. Immediately, the scientific community scrambled to understand what they had found. Was this it? The moment of first contact? The confirmation that we are not alone? For years, astronomers pointed their instruments at the M55 globular cluster in Sagittarius, the region the signal seemed to come from. Again, nothing but the cold, quiet hum of the cosmos. This is where the story gets really strange. The Big Ear telescope had a unique design. It actually had two receivers, called feed horns, that scanned the same patch of sky 3 minutes apart. Any real, continuous signal from deep space should have been detected by the first horn, and then, 3 minutes later, by the second horn as the Earth rotated. The wow signal should have appeared twice on the printout, but it didn't. It appeared only once. This fact has puzzled scientists for decades. How could a signal be strong enough to be detected by one receiver but completely missed by the second, just minutes later? This led to a flurry of theories. Could it have been an equipment malfunction? Dr. Emin and his colleagues ruled this out. The telescope was working perfectly before and after the event. Could it have been a signal from Earth that bounced off a piece of space debris? Possible, but highly unlikely. No satellite or piece of space junk could reflect a signal so perfectly at the hydrogen line frequency and with such a clean profile, and it wouldn't explain why it wasn't detected by both receivers. For years, scientists tried to find a natural explanation. One theory proposed it was a rare type of interstellar scintillation, a twinkling of a distant, weaker signal that was momentarily amplified by our atmosphere. But the signal's strength and narrowness made this explanation weak. Then, in 2017, a new theory emerged that made headlines. A scientist suggested the signal could have been caused by the hydrogen clouds surrounding two comets that were passing through that region of the sky at the time. This seemed plausible for a moment. Comets are known to release vast amounts of hydrogen gas. However, this theory was quickly debunked. Astronomers pointed out that those specific comets were UNT even in the telescope S-beam at the time of the signal. Furthermore, a comet's hydrogen cloud would be diffuse and broad, creating a wide signal, not the sharp, narrow spike of the wow signal. Every natural explanation they came up with eventually hit a dead end. So, if it wasn't natural, and it wasn't human, what was it? This brings us to the most exciting and controversial possibility, that the wow signal was an intentional, artificial signal from an extraterrestrial civilization. The characteristics all fit. The frequency, the narrow bandwidth, the intensity, it's exactly what we might expect from a powerful, targeted transmission. But if it was aliens, why did we only hear it once? One idea is that it was a powerful, sweeping beacon, like a cosmic lighthouse beam. We just happened to be in its path for a brief 72 seconds. Another, more fascinating idea is that it wasn't a beacon at all, but a sniper shot, a highly focused beam of energy aimed directly at our solar system. Perhaps a distant civilization detected signs of life on Earth and sent a powerful, one-time hello to see if anyone was listening. We caught it purely by chance, and the sender, having done their part, simply moved on. The single horn detection adds another layer to this theory. If the signal was intentionally modulated, if it was turned on right after the first horn passed, and turned off before the second one arrived, it would explain why it only appeared once. But that implies a level of timing and precision that is almost unbelievable. Could a civilization billions of miles away have aimed a signal at our planet with such accuracy? Almost 50 years later, the wow signal remains the single greatest unsolved mystery in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. It is a statistical anomaly, a 72-second ghost in the machine that defies every logical explanation we have. It sits in a category it's too strong to be random noise, too specific to be natural, and too elusive to be proven artificial. Scientists continue to search the original location, using technology far more advanced than the Big Ear. But the silence from that patch of sky is deafening. The story of the WOW signal is a profound reminder of how vast and mysterious the universe truly is. It forces us to confront the possibility that we might be part of a much larger cosmic conversation, and we just happen to overhear a single word. Was it a cosmic fluke, a one-in-a-billion natural event that we just don't understand yet? Or was it a deliberate message, a greeting from across the void that we were not yet ready to receive or answer? Until we find another signal, a second WOW, the answer will remain locked away in the stars, waiting to be discovered. The universe is full of mysteries, and this is one of its greatest. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you love exploring the biggest questions and the strangest facts about our universe, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You never know what mysteries we'll uncover next.